What a job it is to go live in the horizontal. Crazy. Let's see if I can manage not to switch the screen off. Oh, that's not right, is it? You try and organise everything and then it's not organised. Let me just clean that for you. Boosh. I think it's better in this. Let me just move stuff out of the way. I've just had my dinner. There we are. Hopefully we'll get somebody in. I don't know if we'll get anybody in. Let's have a look. Live chat, not top chat. Put that up a little bit. It's a bit of a weak old selfie stick, this. I should have brought the other one down. So what we're going to talk about today are wagon wheels. They seem to be massive when we were younger, but is it the size of your hands? And has anybody ever tried the McVitie's Gold? These are beautiful. Not, you shouldn't eat chocolate because you'll end up fat like me. So, fun thing what I did yesterday. Went out and recorded for about an hour, 2 hours. It's not a very good selfie stick, this. Try and get it level. And I used the Osmo 360. So I came back, had to go at editing with it, and it wasn't, because I did a little bit of a 360 video. And I came back and edited it. And I thought I'll have another go at that. Anyway, my frustration, I thought I'll just delete that project and start again. I deleted everything out of the camera. So all that time I went and drove there is absolutely wasted. So I won't do that again. I'll do it in the computer. Oh, I can retouch myself. Ooh. There we go, look. That took half a year off me. So it'd be interesting to see if anybody actually comes in on this. Because number one, I've gone in the horizontal mode, which doesn't mean that you get into the shorts feed. So you only get your subscribers. Well, I haven't been live on here for an awful long time. And I've got 5,800 subscribers on here. So you'd have thought we'd at least get a few people in. And it is midday and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I really should really be at work. But I'm not. Have we got any chatters? I don't think we've got any people, have we? Oh my diddly days. I should have done it in the other mode. Probably got on better then. I used to do quite a bit on here. I used to do called Lunchtime with Me, where I used to sit and eat my dinner. And I've quickly worked that out, that when you were eating your dinner, you're not the most attractive person in the world, are you, when you're chomping away. So I've sort of ended that pretty quick. And then I've sort of forgot about this channel and not really done it with it, which is a shame because I had a good following. But we all go on about niches and stuff like that, and I wanted to do a walking channel. So I thought I'll go off and do a walking channel. I've got some good friends on there. I've sort of picked up along the way. See what I mean? It's not a very good idea to try and do an eating stream, because it doesn't look as it goes on the movies when they go out for business breakfast and all this sort of thing. I don't think they actually eat anything. So I say I went to a lake that I'm not going to tell anybody where it is. So I went out to this lake and I got some beautiful footage. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. And this guy came up and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just doing a bit of filming." Well, last time I went was over 40 years ago, but I never bothered actually looking into it. I didn't Google it or anything like that. I just went like I used to do 40 I think 47 years ago. Between 45 and 47 years ago was the last time I walked around this lake. Anyway, it turns out it's private property. And you have to have permission and a ticket to walk around it. Because everybody, apparently before COVID, used to go, or during COVID, used to think, oh, well, we'll go take the dog for a walk around there. And they chucked all sorts of crap all over the place. So they actually stopped people going around it, which you're entitled to do if it's private property. And it's the first time I've ever got caught out, because I don't do sort of auditing. You know, where these people turn up unannounced and just annoy the hell out of everybody. I don't do that. What I tend to do is I'll go to places, you know, that at the very least people are pleased to see you. And so I felt a bit embarrassed, really. But I said to him, look, I'm not up to anything. He says, what are you doing? I said, well, I've no problem with you walking around it. But he says, what are you doing with the camera? I said, well, I'm doing it for social media. Oh, he says, that's the last thing I want, really. Because he says, you're going to show everybody how beautiful it is and everybody's going to turn up. So we came to a decision that I was going to post it on social media and not tell anybody where I was. Which is now don't matter, because for the simple reason I've deleted all the bloody footage out of the camera. Anybody that's never had a 360 camera, I'm pretty new to it. And what you do is you record your normal stuff, you know, with the single cam. And I thought, well, I'm not going to try and record all of it in 360 because it just takes forever to edit. But I'll do little bursts of it, 3 or 4 minutes at a time. And the idea is that you're pointing the camera, you hold it up like that. Hello, one person. You point it up like that. And when you do that, the 360 with the camera, it's recording all around. So what you do is when you put it in the editing software, as you're walking along, you move the camera around to get the bits that you want. So if you were walking down somewhere and you know, you're just walking down the thing and a real nice car come past, you can stop the camera at that point and point it to the car coming past, or a dog walking past, or, you know, or anything like that. And that's how you make your footage. So that's what I was doing. Anyway, I got it a little bit. If you don't watch it, you end up, because when you do it on a computer, you can basically get it so the camera's doing this. But if you're trying to do it on a phone, what you don't realise is it's sort of doing this. So it looks like your legs are bendy, like when you're looking in one of those funny mirrors at the seaside at the fair, which is a good effect in some cases, but when you're just walking about filming, you don't really want that. Anyway, so I got a little bit of that in a couple of places, and I thought I'll just go back and do it again. And then I got a bit frustrated, and I thought I'll delete that project. And when I looked, I deleted all the footage. And then I thought, well, that was a waste of an afternoon, wasn't it? Hey up, somebody wants me. I've no idea who this is, but I'm going to find. Hopefully I muted that, because I've just given a bloke's address out. Hopefully it was muted. Is anybody actually watching this? Hopefully it was muted. Is there No, I'm on my own. It's just little old me. I think I'd probably be better going in the other mode till I got going on this one. But my channel, I've got loads of subscribers on here, and I don't really do it with it. And I'm sort of flogging a dead horse with the other thing. I keep posting videos and people watch them and the watch time hours is going down rather than up. And it's all a bit demoralising, to be really honest. You know, you just can't get the hours, the watch time hours. Now, whether I'm old and boring and useless, I don't know. But with this one, up until 7 or 8 months ago, it had loads of watch time hours. And what I should have done was just put a few walking videos on there. Nobody cared. And that's where I went wrong with that. But you always think, don't you? Always listen to advice. Advice sometimes costs you money and time. I always listen to everybody's advice because, you know, you think, well, I don't know, they might know. And it'll be fabulous. But it just goes on and on and on sometimes. I think if I'd have just gone for a little bit of a walk round and posted it on here, nobody known, and then carried on putting the other stuff up, because I work full time and you haven't got time to keep putting, you know, adding stuff to YouTube. Well, I've got a like anyway in one view, so maybe I ought to think about something different. Anyway, whatever. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my reviews up on here. I'm still going to put my walking videos up on the other one, but hopefully I'm going to sort of put the power bank reviews and that up on here, and into the Amazon shop. The Amazon shop sort of rallied round in the end. It did nothing for the first 2 weeks of February. It's my sort of first year at it, and obviously October weren't bad. November was good because you've got Black Friday. December was brilliant because you've got Christmas. Right up till Christmas Eve, they were still spending, and January was good as well. So that must have been, I don't know why anybody got any money in January, whether it was Christmas money or whether it was Amazon vouchers for Christmas, something like that. You never know, dear. It was as good as December. So I was real pleased with that. That went really well. But February was an absolute dead loss. I think for the first week, it took about 12 quid. Something like that. Some people they'd ordered 2 things and one person had sent one of them back. So you can imagine how that was a bit disappointing. And you just think, oh, well, that's maybe it then, the bubbles burst for that. But to be honest, I've done all right with it. I've had 2 lots of commission of £41 each, which isn't enough to make a living. But if you were doing it, I mean, it's bought, you know, I bought my wife a bottle of perfume with it. And what else did I buy? I bought something else with it. But, you know, you can add to your stuff. My idea was I was going to save up with the Amazon stuff. And I was going to go on and buy myself a camera with it. I was going to buy the Osmo 360. But in the end, I just bought it myself. I had a contribution. My parents are getting older. And my dad always says, I've got too much money, so I need to give you some of it before I'm gone. And I'm a bit old school, really. I don't, you know, I'm not one of these. You get some kids are like running around, aren't they? Oh, when my dad dies, I'm going to be, I can't think of anything worse than, you know, spending somebody else's money. But what I do, if he does actually give me a financial, well, my mum and dad are both still alive, but if they give me a financial gift, I turn it into something that if they both disappeared, I'd be able to think, well, you know, they had a contribution to this. Because one thing about me, I never sell anything. You know, I went down the vaping journey and I bought loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff. And I've never sold anything. I've given 1 or 2 bits away to people that really wanted them or needed them. But I've just basically never seemed to sell anything. I collect things and I keep them. So I've got a room full. I've actually got quite a few Ford Capri parts. I was talking to some friends when we were away the other week. We were in Benidorm last week. And I was talking to some friends. And one of them had a lot to do with classic cars because his dad was an engineer. Sadly, he's passed away. But his dad was an engineer in the Navy. So he put a diesel engine in a Ford Capri. And a guy come and bought everything that was there, all the parts, everything, for a considerable amount of money. There was that much stuff because his dad had a bit of land and he was, you know, he was like a bit of a hoarder. He wasn't a hoarder, but he'd collect things that he wanted. And this guy got there and it was like, he thought it was amazing. Hello. No, don't be silly. No, I like to bring you things, Nigel. It's nice to actually bring somebody something once. You know what I mean? Then the thing is, the way I look at it, if you sort of, you can actually mention TikTok when you're on YouTube. You just can't do it the other way around. If I give you a gift on there, they take that much out of it. So I'd just rather bring you some tea bags. No. Yes. Hello, Ian. How you doing? I finally got some people to talk to. It's very rare I ever go live on here, but I've decided I'm going to actually sort of concentrate a bit more on this channel than the other one, because I've more chance of actually making some money out of YouTube on this one than the other one. Because everybody, likes to think that you're making a fortune off it, but realistically, you seem to spend a lot of hours banging your head up against the wall, don't you? Where are you, Nigel? Are you at home? Yeah. I've made more money reviewing stuff for my Amazon shop. In the last 3 months, I've made 82 quid, which isn't a massive amount of money. And I've actually made more money putting stuff in there in my Amazon store that's not even mine. Whereas YouTube, a few years ago, when I had a vape channel, and I made about 500 quid in a year, but a lot of it was fan funding, so it was gifts. And a lot of it was that. How you going out? Yeah, nice. It's grey and miserable here. I can report that. Grey and bloody awfully miserable. Yesterday was beautiful, so I went out with my. I got the CNC running at the minute, so I'm gonna be in and out. I don't know what CNC is. What's CNC? Is it one of them things? I shan't be live in a minute because I ought to go to work, really. That's the trouble with me. I've got more interest in messing about on social media than I've been sitting in a cab. Mid-20s, bloody hell. I mean, it's beautiful when we were there, especially that Tuesday. It was like a summer's day, sat outside. I was sat outside that rock bar, having a vape. And it was just like an English summer day. It was beautiful. It's such a lovely place. I did a little video and put it on my other channel, just to show people what it's like, because you hear so many people. As soon as you say Benidorm, they go Sticky Vicky, don't they? Making bilk trays. Not be long now, mate. Soon be there. And they come up with so much negative stuff about everywhere, don't they? And it's Blackpool with sun, and nothing could be further from the truth. And there's a strip full of bars, 3 streets back from the beach. And that's your English strip, and the rest of it is just a normal Spanish resort. And the mayor was. I actually put it in my video. The mayor, when he decided to let them build he just invited 10 times more people to be able to come than if you had a 2-story. So the hotels wanted to be there, the people want to be there, and that beach is just phenomenal, isn't it? And so that's my. I'll make sure I'm not showing you anything. That's my screensaver. The other end of Levante. Now, that could be Los Angeles or anywhere, couldn't it? Hang on, where we got? We'll have some good stuff to take with me. Just waiting for. Oh yeah, brilliant. Yeah. That if you showed that to somebody, they go, "Where's that?" So it's Benidorm. I said, "Nah, it ain't. Benidorm's like Blackpool with sun." My mate told me. So where has he been? He said, no, his mate told him. I suppose if you get there 4 o'clock in the morning on a weekend, we were there in October on a weekend, and you get like Saturday night, there was a lot of people about, and for my age group, there was too many people about. But everybody was friendly. If you'd have got that many people in a resort in the UK, there'd have been that much trouble. You'd have had to get the army in. You know what I mean? We've got a little pub where they all go to. It's the last man standing pub here, and they can't behave themselves. It's a karaoke pub. They can't behave themselves. Every Saturday night, there's some sort of trouble, some sort of drama. Every Saturday night. And we were in that karaoke bar, that Australian karaoke bar, And it was absolutely, they want a seat spare, and that's in February. They want a seat spare, and everybody's chatting to each other and dancing with each other and clapping. I mean, some people are awful at karaoke, aren't they? But nobody ever tells them. They just clap and laugh and enjoy themselves. And that's the problem. A lot of people from the UK are very negative. Women the worst for kicking things up. Well, yeah, I think they do. I think sometimes, I mean, these beautiful young women go out with not much on. And obviously these young lads have probably pounded their nose and had a few beers, and so the testosterone's up because they've seen all this amazing talent wandering about, and I think that sets them off, and it turns into Fight Club, which is a shame. But that's life. You're never going to stop that here. They're all fighting over these beautiful young lasses. But and I think sometimes I've seen them in my job where you get them all. Yeah, well, that's right. In my job, you pick them up, and you know she looks like a supermodel, and you know he's got all his hair done nice, and you know really smart looking lads. And then you see them later on, and then the most awful people. You know they're ugly inside. As soon as they've had alcohol, they're awful. And I've got a lot less patience with them now because I don't drink. I just can't be arsed with it. And you just think, well, I don't drink, so I don't want to listen to you when you have been. So just stop. Just stop with your drama and go away. I've no interest in it. Whereas I suppose, you know, when I don't think I was never very dramatic. I was a fairly happy drunk, to be really honest. Here's one for you, Nigel. If I can remember the name of the thing. Have a look at an app called, I don't remember what it's called, Rumble. RUMBLE. Have a look at that. Tell me what you think. Just be worth, if you're going to upload a video, upload it to wherever you're going to upload it to, and upload the same one up to there. I put one up, on YouTube. It had, I can't remember how many views, 60, 70, 80 views. And I've put the same video up on Rumble, and I've got no subscribers whatsoever on Rumble. Well, I've got one. I've got one who's a coffee house somewhere in LA or something like that. And that video's had over 100 views. And that's just for people watching the video. Nobody's subscribed or anything like that. I've got one subscriber. And in about 4 or 5 days, I've had 108 people watch it. It was just, I did it as an experiment, to be really honest. And I did another one where I actually did a live stream on there. Nobody came on to watch, but since it ended, are you already on it? Yeah, no, that's it. Give it a whirl anyway. Because we all tried to do it because YouTube went weird with the vaping about 3 years ago. So everybody's like, oh, well, we're going to change platforms. But the trouble is basically YouTube's got the subscribers, haven't they? Got the monetization, whatever. So everybody put one video on Rumble or 3 or 4 videos on Rumble. And then when you look back at all your friends that started posting on Rumble, nobody's posted on there for 3 years. And I just happened to, there's one guy in particular who I follow, and he puts all his reviews up on there because he's got 60,000 subscribers, and they keep trying to take his channel off him. So I followed his link and went through and watched this. And then I just started watching stuff. There is a lot of American politics on there. But I found a British podcast, and the other day I was supposed to be going to work, and I got sat here watching it for an hour and a half, and it was brilliant. One bloke sounds like Paul Merton. Hello, Shrek, how you doing? Lovely. Yeah, one bloke sounds like Paul Merton, and the sarcasm. They were on about Andrew and Epstein and all that sort of thing. And it was interesting. You know, different takes on it, stuff like that. There is a lot of the Trump thing going on though, which is a bit heavy with that. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. So I'll probably be bored of it within a week, but I did actually subscribe to it. It's only $5 a month. So I thought we're just on about Rumble, Shrek. You know, you were saying you'd be surprised how many people's on there. Well, there is a lot of people on there, isn't there? I went and had a look the other day. I followed one of Vic's reviews too. And just went on there, and I thought, well, I'll have a look at this. after I'd finished doing that. And then I made a new account up, Walking with Mick account up, and posted the video up there. Oh, nice. 3 day work. That's not so bad, is it? I can't say I only do 5. And Tuesdays are pretty short. I'm at the age group now where if I won 600,000 on the lottery, I'd never go to work ever again, because I've worked it out that'd be enough to last me while I die. Oh dear. Just keep taking 300 quid a week out of it, like what I do for the thingy. You ain't got to buy a Rolls Royce just because you've won the lottery, are you? So I had a look at that Rumble, and I found it quite interesting. I think it's really good quality. The only thing is, obviously, now they're trying to start with the shorts, so if you don't watch it, you're going to have... I mean, Instagram, they're more interested in reels than photos, aren't they? And obviously, you've got YouTube. The landing page is just full of shorts, so if you've got a small channel, you can't get out there. And obviously, TikTok's TikTok, isn't it? So everybody wants everything to be over in 15 seconds, don't they? Absolute dream if you're not very good at it. But for long form videos, you're struggling to get your views, aren't you? So I had some really good views on my channel last year. Now, whether people are just sick of watching it, because I mean, everybody does the same thing, don't they? They carry on doing what they want to, and imagine. I mean, I've been watching Matt Armstrong for over a year, and like the other day I put one on, and I thought, I'm not as interested in this as I was, and he's good. I watched another guy called RE Performance, and for about 3 or 4 weeks, I watched every single thing he put up. And a back day, I went back years on his YouTube channel, and then one day I thought, well, you do sound a bit samey, a bit ranty, you know what I mean? So you sort of stop watching that, don't you? But plus the fact that, you can sort of run out of places to go to as well, can't you? I was just saying that I went round a lake yesterday, found out it was private when I was halfway around it, because the bloke come and told me. He said, I've got no problem with you being here though, because you're all right. I said, thanks. He says, the only thing I don't want you to do is get a load of people to come here. So I said, tell you what I'll do, I'll do a bit of filming, and then I'll upload it and tell everybody I'm not telling you where it is. Anyway, I come home and put the video into the phone instead of doing it on the Windows software. Pressed the wrong button and deleted the video out of the camera. So I ain't got it now. So he got his wish, bless him. And I didn't go back and do it again, because apparently he's supposed to get tickets for it. And it's only supposed to be for the local people. They just don't want anybody turning up. He said the problem they had was there's that many people turning up. They were leaving junk all over the place. So that's what people are like, isn't it, mate? Oh, nice. That's a nice little job. Anyway, I suppose I better clear off. I've got to go pick something up in 10 minutes. And if I don't get there, he'll not be very pleased, will he? I can't remember the bloody house number either. I think it was 32. Hopefully. Right, thanks a lot. Thanks for popping in. At least 3 people came in. I say I haven't been live on this channel for bloody ever, so I can't really complain, can I? And we'll catch you all soon. If I can remember how to turn it off. Bye.